Hello friends, followers and channel members, welcome to another quick video here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And the Fenix Airbus A320 has been given a hot fix. Released today, this takes us to version 1.0.6.146. Now, as I said, this is more of a hot fix rather than a main update, with just a few minor things changed, but we're going to go through those and I'll explain what you can now expect to see. The update is done as always through the Fenix app, and when you load this, you'll see that there is an update waiting. Be careful not to load the Fenix app with the simulator running or update it with the simulator running. You want to make sure Microsoft Flight Simulator is completely closed down, run the application onto your desktop, and then just go through the normal installation process. Once you've downloaded the product, you'll most likely have to tell Windows that the file is safe. Then you can close down the Fenix app and run the installation file you've just downloaded. Once that's all downloaded and installed, the next time you open the simulator or the Fenix app, you should see that you've been updated to the latest version. So let's go through and see some of the highlights of the hotfix and see what's been changed. One of the biggest fixes that has taken place in this update is they have fixed the message that you will have seen most often on your approach, and that is the too steep path ahead on the Mach 2. This was basically an error where the aircraft thought it wasn't able to meet any of the altitude constraints that were in there. Now, that's not to say that you won't see it, because there are several stars that have been designed in such a way that on occasions the aircraft may struggle to meet this, and it might require pilot intervention. So if you do see the too steep path message on your flight plan, don't be too concerned. It just means you need to be a little bit careful with the energy of the aircraft, and you'll have to just intervene to make sure that you do meet the constraints that are shown on the chart. But by default, you shouldn't now see this on every single approach. The team have also optimized a little bit of the aircraft as well, so the particle effects have been reworked, so you should see some improved performance. Let me know down in the comments below if following this hotfix you're finding the Fenix much smoother and stutter-free to fly compared to how it used to be. Always very interested to see how you guys are getting on with the Fenix's performance. As well as this, the team have also fixed several crashes that users had reported, and the localizer capture in heading mode has also been improved. Several times I'd been flying it recently and found that the aircraft flew through the localizer before turning back to capture it properly. Again, let me know how you're finding the aircraft behaving on your latest ILS approaches. The wind effects in the cockpit have now been tied to the environmental sound slider in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So if you're not happy entirely with the sounds that you're getting, you can go and tweak this a little bit in the settings. However, leaving this set to 100, which is the default value, is recommended to get the most accurate experience compared to the real Airbus A320. Now, in the last major update, the team were working on making sure that an error that was occurring when people were using GSX, whereby the brakes got too hot and overheated, they hoped they had solved that in the last update, although for some reason it didn't seem to be the case for all people. That has once again now been addressed, and again this hot fix should mean that when using GSX to push back, you should no longer get an ECAM warning telling you that your brakes are hot. Speaking of brakes, the team have raised the volume of the brake fans, so let's just go and have a quick listen. And when we turn those off, listen to how they wind down. Really nice stuff. Something else that the art and sound design team have done is now when you move your seat, you actually get to hear the motor. So let's have a listen. Simple things, but again something that really adds to the immersion. Now, in the cold and dark setup of the aircraft, some of you will be pleased to know that the screen brightness has been set to fully bright by default. This means now that no longer will you need to go through and turn up all the dials in order to get the maximum screen brightness, something which I know a lot of people used to think that perhaps something had broken because all the screens were still blank after powering up the aircraft. That is no longer the case. Everything has been set to maximum. Do you like this or not? Again, let me know down in the comments. Something else many of you didn't like was the fact that when you turned the cabin lights off at night time, as you should do for nighttime departures and arrivals, it was literally pitch black inside the cabin, which is a tad unrealistic. Now if you turn the cabin lights off, you'll see that it is no longer pitch black, but in fact all the lights are dimmed, and if you take a quick look around the cabin as well, I think this looks much better. Hopefully you guys all agree. Also in this hotfix, the TCAS system has had a little bit of an update as well. So TCAS horizontal range has been fixed, and hopefully this also means that those of us flying on the VATSIM network will actually see the traffic. I know that this has caused some issues in the past, for myself included, particularly when we're flying on VATSIM at uncontrolled ATC airports. So now we'll be able to see other traffic on our navigation display. So guys, there you are, the hotfix highlights of the Fenix A320. Hopefully you have found this video useful. Let me know how you're getting on with the aircraft since this update, and if you still think there is anything that you'd really like to see addressed and fixed by the Fenix team. Thank you so much for watching. If you have found this video useful, then please don't forget to leave a like, and of course if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss any future content, and of course our live streams. Thank you so much. I'll see you all again on the next one. Bye bye for now.